turn now to reaction from Washington. Democratic Congressman Krishnamorthi is joining us now. He's on the line. He represents Illinois' 8th District, which covers part of Cook, DuPage, and Kane counties. Congressman, welcome back to Reset.
Hey, thank you so much. And welcome to Reset, too.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Tell me your reaction, first of all, to this ongoing COVID-19 stimulus conversation.
Well, my constituents are demanding a stimulus at this point. I suspect most Americans are. We're going into a horrible period with regard to our economy and, of course, the health crisis. The deal that's on the table, or that's rumored to be in serious discussions right now, especially in the Senate, is not what we would hope for, but it appears to be something, and at this point we need something because it's better than nothing. And on December 26th, a lot of people are going to lose their unemployment benefits, and that would be completely unacceptable.
So then what should Democrats prioritize when it comes to a coronavirus relief package?
I think a few things. One is an extension of those unemployment benefits,
right,
for gig workers, but also people with W-2 paychecks. We need to provide an extension of the Payroll Protection Program, PPP loans for small businesses. In Illinois alone, more than 50% of restaurants are about to close their doors in the next few months. So we've got to get aid to them right now. But then also we need additional assistance for vaccine distribution, as well as testing and tracing. And then that rental assistance is vital to keep people from becoming homeless at the worst part of the year.
So we talk about the unemployment claims. Millions of Americans, just to put it in context, millions have been struggling to make ends meet. Right now the economy is nearly 10 million jobs behind where it was before the pandemic. Meanwhile, of course, as we mentioned, unemployment claims were up sharply last week, with Illinois leading the pack there. If the federal government won't step in, can you tell us, what kind of assistance can residents and business owners expect from the state? And can Americans expect stimulus checks anytime soon?
Well, I'll address the second part. The stimulus checks, I think, are vital because they help families with necessities. I really believe back in the spring it helped to give our economy a huge boost at a time when it desperately needed it. I don't think, however, in this round of stimulus talks, they are necessarily going to materialize, although I'm going to keep pushing for them. I still think we should move forward with the stimulus as it's structured, because we have to get that aid out to people that would benefit ASAP. With regard to the first part of your question, I think that we'll see how things shake out. I think that we have to just keep pushing right now, and I can't stress enough that time is ticking, and we have to get to yes ASAP.
Well, President Trump signed a 1-week temporary funding measure to avert a government shutdown. And that means lawmakers have until Friday, December 18th, to reach a comprehensive spending deal. Do you expect that that's going to happen?
As of right now, yes. That is fortunately one piece of the negotiations that seem to be going decently. All that being said, over the last 4 years, we've had 2 or 3 government shutdowns. And so I don't put anything past this president. However, as of this moment, it appears that we're actually making headway on a lot of those spending bills that, as you said, are required to be done by the end of this week.
Well, on Friday, the Supreme Court tossed out a Texas lawsuit seeking to overturn the results of the election. 2 GOP congressmen from Illinois signed on. That was Representatives Darren LaHood from the 18th District and Mike Bost from the 12th. What is your reaction to that?
I was extremely disappointed that they signed on. I thought that whole lawsuit was disgraceful. Essentially what it amounted to, this lawsuit that was filed by the Texas Attorney General along with 17 others, was to throw out the votes of millions of fellow Americans in other states. And many of them, of course, were from voters of people of color. And I think that this type of action, which fortunately the Supreme Court summarily dismissed, really undermines our American system of democracy. And so I was deeply, deeply disturbed by the lawsuit and the fact that so many of my colleagues supported it.
Before I let you go, President-elect Joe Biden is expected to address the nation tonight, following the Electoral College certification. Illinois has already cast its 20 electoral votes for Biden. So what will you be watching for from that speech?
I think President-elect Biden has done a wonderful job of sounding the note of unity. And I think that now more than ever, we have to come together as Team USA, so to speak, and get behind President-elect Biden as he confronts, twin crises, namely battling the health crisis. And fortunately, vaccinations are starting across the country today. And then secondly, resurrecting our economy. As you said, 10 million people are unemployed, and we have to get America working again. And so Joe Biden is going to need to lead the charge, but he needs people of both sides to stand with him.
Is that what you think should be his first priority come January?
Yes, I think getting through this pandemic is the number 1, 2, and 3 priorities as far as I'm concerned. We have to do it in a certain way, one that's consistent with our values, and make sure that we do it fairly in terms of doling out relief and vaccinating people. But that, I think, is the number 1 priority facing our country right now. And I think that unless we do that, we can't tackle a lot of the other priorities that my constituents and others care about.
That's Democratic Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi from Illinois' 8th District in suburban Chicago. Congressman, thanks so much for your time.
Hey, thank you so much.